A very pleasant day to you and welcome to Top Stories on Ogama TV. First, the headlines. Enugu East traditional rulers endorse Governor Peter Mbah and Chairman beloved Dan Anike for second term. NDC announces Peter Obi as consensus presidential candidate for 2027. Jet Fund urges federal government to cancel petrol import licenses. And on the foreign scene, massive wildfire triggers mandatory evacuations in California. On sports, Falconets to face Spain in opening match of 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. Bringing you the news is Chidiogo Asuke. Now the news in details. The Council of Traditional Rulers in Enugu East Local Government Area has endorsed the Executive Governor of Enugu State, Barrister Dr. Peter Mbah, and the Executive Chairman of Enugu East Local Government Area, Engineer Pastor Beloved Dan Anike, for a second term in office. The endorsement was announced during the visit by the Council led by its Chairman, His Royal Highness Igwe Emma Ugu. The Royal Father said their decision was based on the administration's commitment to grassroots development, infrastructure improvement, peace building, transparent leadership, and human capital development. The motion was seconded by Igwe Nnaji and Igwe Edwin Edoga, who commended Governor Mbah and Chairman Anike for strengthening collaboration with traditional institutions and improving security and social welfare across the local government area. Responding, Chairman Beloved Dan Anike thanked the traditional rulers for their support and assured them of continued commitment to delivering the administration's promise to the people of Enugu State. Moving on to the nation, the Nigerian Democratic Congress (NDC) has reportedly announced Peter Obi as its consensus presidential candidate for the 2027 general elections, with indications that Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso may emerge as his running mate. According to party sources, the arrangement is part of a broader opposition coalition aimed at strengthening regional balance ahead of the 2027 elections. Kwankwaso, during a recent interview, expressed confidence in the coalition, describing it as a political movement capable of reshaping Nigeria's electoral landscape and boosting Kano State's representation at the national level. And on business, members of the jetties and petroleum tank firms, owners of Nigeria, Jet Fund, has called on the federal government to cancel recently approved petrol import licenses granted to marketers. The group's executive secretary, Mr. Olayiwole Temitope, stated that continued fuel importation threatens Nigeria's economy and discourages industrial growth. Jet Fund also backed the position of the Dangote refinery, arguing that prioritizing local refinery would strengthen energy security, reduce foreign exchange pressure on the naira, and create a more sustainable domestic fuel supply system. The group maintained that reliance on imported petroleum products exposes Nigeria to global supply chain disruptions and economic instability. And on the foreign scene, authorities in Simi Valley have ordered mandatory evacuations as the rapidly spreading Sandy fire burned through more than 1,300 acres of land. The wildfire forced the evacuation of residents, schools, and Ronald Reagan's Presidential Library. Officials say the fire remains 0% contained and continues to threaten homes and other structures. Emergency shelters have been opened for displaced residents, while the American Red Cross is providing food, water, and temporary shelter for evacuees and their pets. No injuries have been reported so far. And on sports, Nigeria's women national under-20 football team, popularly known as the Falconets, will begin their campaign at the 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup against Spain on September 7th in Poland. The team, coached by Moses Aduku, will also face China and debutant New Caledonia during the group stage. The tournament will be hosted by Poland from September 5th to September 27th, 2026, as the Falconets aim to win their first ever FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup title. We now bring you the highlights of stories from the bulletin so far. In Enugu State, we brought to you that Enugu East traditional rulers endorsed Governor Peter Mbah and Chairman beloved Dan Anike for second term. And on the nation, NDC announces Peter Obi as consensus presidential candidate for 2027. And on business, JetFund urges federal government to cancel petrol import licenses. On the foreign scene, massive wildfire triggers mandatory evacuations in California. Falconets to face Spain in opening match of 2026 FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. That's all on the news at this hour. For more updates and breaking news, don't forget to follow us on our socials on Facebook at Ogama TV, on Instagram at Ogama TV1, on X at Ogama TV, on YouTube at Ogama TV. Also visit our website at www.ogamatv.com. I am Chidiogo Asuke. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.
When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ogama TV. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, equipment rental, news blogging, fashion and pageantry. We are at number 5/21 Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ogama TV, Instagram at Ogama TV1, Twitter at Ogama TV, website www.ogamatv.com. You can also send us email at ogamatv@gmail.com. Ogama TV, your one-stop media solution.